It's all eyes on Australia, while Sir Lewis Hamilton has extended his stay with Mercedes. You can now watch full 24-minute episodes of The Inside Line at our new home on unbeaten.com. The Australian Grand Prix has been cancelled for a second straight year after organisers failed to negotiate a hub in which it was hoped F1 would operate within a strict bubble rather than enduring a 2-week hotel quarantine that would impact the sport's stacked calendar. The race had already been postponed from March to November, but a slow local vaccine rollout, struggles to contain COVID-19's Delta strain, and national plan to slash international flights played their part. The decision was also forced with looming deadlines on the circuit build and sea freight from the United Kingdom. The Albert Park circuit had extensive changes made this year to improve racing, while the track is set to be resurfaced in late December. Sir Lewis Hamilton has finally committed to joining F1's new era, with the 7-time world champion inking a new 2-year contract to stay with Mercedes until at least the end of 2023. Hamilton signed a stopgap 1-year deal for this season, given the huge upheaval experienced during the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, but has since extended not just on his interest to keep racing, but to continue his work on improving diversity.
How crazy is it that we got this done so early? We were so late last time.
Hamilton is now in his 9th year with Mercedes and 15th in F1, and will be the cornerstone of the Silver Arrows attack on the sport's new era.
This year is a big battle, and there's another one to follow next year with totally new regulations. There's nobody better to have in the car than you. And when I'm watching a difficult race, or when we are having a difficult race, I have that thought. That's the moment we want you in the car. Nobody else. So
Appreciate it.
I'm looking forward to more years together.
Me too. Let's get it.
We do it properly.
We're doing this one. No need hand sanitizer.
Lando Norris has slammed driver penalty points as stupid following his clash with Red Bull's Sergio Perez in Austria, from which he earned 2, putting him close to a 1-race ban. Norris was judged to have pushed Perez off track on lap 4 in Spielberg, a controversial call given the Mexican tried an ambitious pass around the outside at the exit of turn 4 and then ran out of road. And while Norris now has 10 points, just 2 from an automatic 1-race ban, 2 expire before the British Grand Prix, and the Brit says the points should only be awarded for dangerous actions. For little things like this, it's just stupid, in my opinion. It's not what Formula One should be, he said. Haas team boss Günther Steiner says that he welcomes F1's first sprint qualifying at next weekend's British Grand Prix, with the sport needing to just try new things rather than be locked in endless studies. The controversial format will see a 100-kilometer race on Saturday that sets the grid for the Grand Prix, but Steiner, in an exclusive chat with the Inside Line, said the fans will vote with their feet.
Where it needs to go is that the fans like it, and the people watch it. You know, that's the most important thing. But the only way to find that one out is to present it to them and say and get their opinion. You know, and the opinion will be pretty quick. You know, how many people watched it? It's not difficult to do. So I really look forward.
Steiner also opened up on how the new qualifying format will benefit the American team, which has been racing at the back all season.
This year, obviously, with the position we are in, the weekends are getting quite dull sometimes, you know. With a new format in it, at least gives the guys a little bit of excitement, you know. They have something new to do, can think about different things, you know, which is very good for us, I think.
Honda will continue to supply Red Bull with power units from Japan next year, with the manufacturer deciding on a season of transition before the squad takes over development in 2023. Honda will leave F1 at the end of the year, but to ensure a soft landing for Red Bull, has agreed to provide power plants from its Sakura base as the Milton Keynes operation gets up to speed. though no other details have been provided. Red Bull and Honda have been working on that project and how to proceed that transition for next year, said Honda Technical Director Toyoharu Tanabe. Despite taking over Honda's F1 program, Red Bull is pushing for a clean sheet approach to F1's next generation engines from 2025, with the focus on something exciting, different, and relevant that fits the criteria of cost, performance, and encourages close racing. And team boss Christian Horner has long been outspoken on what F1 should be.
Formula One is a sport, foremost and utmost, and in a sport it needs to entertain, has to be entertaining. It's got to be man and machine at the absolute limit.
Talks on F1's next-gen power unit were held in Austria last weekend with all key stakeholders, including representatives from Audi and Porsche, though no details emerged. Staying with Red Bull, whose team principal Christian Horner says the squad's powertrain arm could one day supply teams other than sister AlphaTauri. The Milton Keynes outfit decided to take on Honda's power unit operation after the Japanese manufacturer announced it would leave F1 at the end of 2021, with Horner admitting to the sport's official podcast Beyond the Grid that it won't have to answer to anyone.
I don't see why not, because, I mean, Red Bull will be the only independent manufacturer in Formula One. So we're not dictated to say that it's got to be run on orange juice or it's got to be a V6 or a V4 or whatever it is.
Horner also admitted the squad spoke with every other current power unit supplier before deciding to take on Honda's program, with Mercedes and Renault both quickly declining a partnership.
Probably the most willing was Ferrari. And, you know, we had some exploratory discussions, but to be a customer, so to have to accept all the integration, particularly with the new regulations that are coming, would be a massively hard pill to swallow.
Aston Martin Racing has continued to bolster its technical team, with the British Mark signing aerodynamicist Andrew Alessi from Red Bull as its new head of technical operations. Alessi is the second recent signing from Red Bull after Dan Fellows, the squad's head of aerodynamics, who will join as technical director after a period of gardening leave that could last years. The squad has also signed on Luca Fabato from Alfa Romeo Racing as engineering director, with Aston Martin's technical director Andrew Green promoted to become chief technical officer. Many times this year we have said this team has always punched above its weight. Now it has the weight with which to punch harder, said team boss Ottmar Zafnauer. Mercedes says it has not given up the 2021 fight, despite acknowledging that every millisecond it adds to the car in development will cost that and more on its new era challenger. The Silver Arrows lagged behind its rival Red Bull at both Austrian races, with Max Verstappen taking victory at 4 of the last 5 events, but has not yet committed to a complete switchover.
We are here to fight for this year's championship as much as we are next year's. Until it's over, we'll be fighting with all of our heart until the end of this season.
To keep the hammer down, Mercedes has admitted it has both aero and power unit updates in the pipeline, but that it's also making steps forward with added knowledge of the W12.
You can always optimize and improve the package you have. You don't normally extract everything out of it from word go. Every time you run on track and get more and more information and data, you learn a little bit more about how to use the car, how to use the tires, and how to optimize the package together.
Staying with Mercedes, where Sir Lewis Hamilton continues to work on clawing back the performance gap to Red Bull, with the Brit's rare visit to the simulator last week proving he's going all out for success. Hamilton has previously admitted he has no interest in the simulator, but changed his mind in the wake of Red Bull's dominance, though said while it was beneficial, no life-changing fixes were found. Well, I can't say that I necessarily enjoyed it, just really particularly after those last difficult races we had. I just went in to see if there's any way I can help the team be better prepared, he said. Red Bull has now won 5 consecutive races, dating back to the Monaco Grand Prix, with Max Verstappen earning 4 of those. Thanks for watching. To stay up to speed on all things Formula One, make sure you hit the subscribe button.